Hello, my friends. My name's Randall Grizzle with Closer Secrets, and appreciate you taking the time tuning in here. We're going to talk about how to create a scalable process that will create certainty with your high ticket sales. So, I'm going to share with you three different things that you can create and apply to your business, and you can start seeing results from it right away. So, just a couple housekeeping things here, real quick. If you all could mute your phones or definitely grab something that you're able to take some notes with. You guys know that you got to be willing to do the work. A big part of doing the work, though, is just being open minded, being teachable, being a coachable person. So, this stuff, you come into this conversation with an open mind, it's going to change the way that you look at high ticket sales. But the main thing is that you have to decide that you deserve the best process, the absolute best sales process for your business. So if this resonates with you, it's probably time to ask yourself some serious questions. Ask yourself, do you have a process in place that's working for you right now? And if so, is your process working to its full potential? Also, are you missing opportunities due to lack of time or lack of organization? Natasha Hazlitt, she has a game plan. She executes the details. She has a process in place. And this is why it's so amazing to be able to work with people like her. But this is what she's saying about Closer Secrets. 100% close rate, 100%, whatever Randall says you do. You're learning from the best of the best. Hashtag grateful. Grateful to have the opportunity to work with you, Natasha. We came in, spent a day with her at her Unstoppable Influence event, and collected over $150,000 that day, created relationships with some amazing entrepreneurs. It's about the process, guys. Then we got my man, Nick Fosberg. Had the opportunity to work with him, and he says, best month, best year, thanks to your training. Never thought I'd ever do $130,000 over the phone in a 90-day period. And Nick is a prime example of somebody that's a go-getter, implemented things right away. Over that 90-day period, I believe the last month was over 40,000 over the phone. So it's just amazing thing to watch people go out and get things rocking right away. So let me ask you guys, how do you guys feel about high ticket sales overall, in general? What comes to mind? Do you feel like it's something that maybe you don't want to be a part of? Maybe it's too high intensity, or you're worried about putting your reputation out there and having somebody else sell your stuff? Do you feel like only maybe the underhanded people are successful at the high ticket sales? Lies, guys. Lies, lies, lies. Don't buy into the lies. Don't tell yourself lies. Don't buy into the lies. Lies. But the truth is, high ticket sales is not about being pushy. It's not about being salesy. Okay? It's about creating a process for elimination. Let them eliminate themselves. Letting the customers raise their hand before you make contact, and then having them wanting to create the relationship before you even talk to them. All right. So who am I? What's my story? So I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about myself. That's not why we're here. But I do feel it's important that you guys have an idea who I am, kind of my backstory. The long and the short, guys, I'm the grateful closer. I'm a family guy first. I grew up in a small town, graduated 25 other kids, played every sport that I could possibly play. The main thing, though, it was football. I love to compete. I committed my entire adult life to this high ticket sales. And by doing that, I've been able to create relationships with a lot of the top marketing experts in the world. I wrote the book on high ticket sales. It's called Closer Secrets. So personally, I've closed well into the seven figures, most of which done over the phone. I've worked with a lot of these top marketers here that you see here. I started working with Russell Brunson a decade ago, maybe over a decade ago. And these last 3 years ago, maybe it was 3.5 years ago, I remember him telling me, when I get this ClickFunnels stuff created, you're going to make a ton of money. And man, he was right. So, and then I worked with the Mike Phil Same, the butterfly marketing Frank Kern, Mass Control, Robert Allen, his real estate stuff, Onyx and Gall, Richard LaRuena. A lot of different characters there, right? The one thing that all of these guys have in common is they've created these amazing, attractive character presences for themselves, right? So who believes in the whole law of attraction? That when we ask and we really believe that we will indeed receive. So this is not a training on the laws of attraction, but I do think it's important that we have a strong foundation. With Closer Secrets, we come from a place of truth. We speak the facts. We live in the reality. We understand our purpose. We've done the survey, and we provide the solution. So this is the foundation in which I teach. Because I believe that when you tie these principles together and you recreate this process, only using the greatest version of yourself, of course, that success will be near. And it is 100% about the process. I believe in living in the now. Now is what's important. And to be able to do that, we need to own our time. Our time is so limited, so I choose to live in a grateful state. I choose to live this way. I'm able to live this life because I created it. And I also believe that we get to choose our own reality. So you got everyone talking about going out and 10 times in their business, and the hustle and the grind is real and all these different things, and they're creating online cash machines. And guys, guess what? It actually is happening. But how? How is it happening? It's up to us to gain the knowledge and simply do what they do. So what do they do? What's the one thing that all of these big influencers, all the big marketers are doing that you're not? And then ask yourself, imagine what it would be like if you could create a scalable process to maximize your conversions and not even have to talk on the phone. So I'm going to share with you the process that you actually need to have in place to make this happen. Here's what we're going to cover. We're going to cover how to survey the masses, analyze that data, and then ultimately you're going to decide the clients that you want to work with. This leads us to secret number 1. Create an application lead. Ask, right? The first principle of the law of attraction. What are all those guys doing? They ask. An application lead is a lead that's produced from a customer because they're already interested in your product. And you've created that interest through your funnel process. There's ClickFunnels, lead pages, that I could go on down the list. There's all of these different ways for you to create calendar appointments for yourself. And the application questions are 4 or 5 basic questions that'll have your customers pre-qualifying themselves for your services. Ever feel like you end up spending your time on the phone or just end up spending your time with the wrong people? The application lead will in fact ensure that you're going to be spending your time with the right people to create client relationships. And the application lead, it's only going to help you decide if the customer is a good fit for a specific product or service that you're offering. Simple requests on the application lead. Acknowledge their level of commitment, address obstacles that they've reached or want to overcome, and then tell you their goals and how they see how your product or service could fit in with what their desires. Obviously, the questions will be custom tailored to your target audience. Here's some real basic ones. Here's an example of what I use. You're just kind of getting the overview of where they're at, what their business, what they're doing, what their goals are, how serious they are about accomplishing those goals. Like I said, just some really basic, easy to answer questions. Then secret number 2, we got create a tick sheet, right? And this starts with your value. And if you don't believe in whatever it is that you're putting together to sell for yourself, then find somebody that has something that you do believe in. Your tick sheet is going to create complete clarity for yourself and your business. So really, this is the first step, and it'll also be key to creating a solid organization. You want your organization, it starts at the top, right? Look at the New England Patriots and then look at the Cleveland Browns. You don't want to be the Cleveland Browns. You got to have your organization on point. And it starts, that clarity, that certainty will come because you understand exactly what you are offering. What is your value? This is our menu. This is our highest value that we can possibly bring to the table. So it's a detailed list of your products, services, or offerings, and also the pricing on each one of those different offerings. Because as you all know, not everybody that we're going to work with is going to need the same level of assistance from us, but it is important to have our services in alignment and not be selling off the cuff. And when you have different offers, you have to have clarity with the pricing. So your tick sheet, it's there to create that clear outline of what the customer receives, the deliverables, and for a number of different price points. So here's an example. Some different offers there on the left, and what they provide, what's the details kind of within them, and then the opportunity for you to provide different options, or maybe the a la carte. Maybe they want all of these different things, and that's your biggest package. Where maybe your smaller package would be something like a digital product that's a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 course. Or you got the $30,000 offers. So this will create clarity, like I said. So for example, if you looked at the tick sheet and somebody had chose the one-on-one coaching package that you provide and some different things, then here's the example of what they get for a certain price. So if this is $15,000, $20,000, whatever this package is, then it's all itemized and kind of detailed out so that at some point you're able to translate the selling outside of yourself with clarity, not creating confusion. Secret number 3, create one-page documents. Okay, this is our opportunity to receive. When somebody makes a commitment with us, we want it to be because everything was in alignment from start to finish. We did everything right through the process and also made sure that we stayed compliant legally. So when it comes time to receive, the process starts with your sales script, right? So this is why it's so important that we create a simple sales script using the outline from the one-page script. Guys, the reality is the key to making this high-ticket sales stuff, making it all work, is sales. It's sales, okay? And the key to sales is the execution of a certain process. I understand we need to make people, help them know, like, trust us. I understand all those things. But there's a process behind that. There's a psychology behind being able to do that. And this one-page script will allow you to create your sales process. That also lets you be able to turn over the reins at some point or have something that's scalable because people are doing things the same way. And that's happening all the way from your introduction to your close. Everything is in alignment. There's a hard way of doing things and there's an easy way of doing things. I like to make things easy, so let's make things easy. You don't need to have some long, drawn-out, overwritten, confusing script. It just creates confusion. It won't work on both sides. But if you look at it like you're just simply going to be leading your customer down a path that shows them that it would be insane for them not to buy your products or services. Let me share it with you. Here is the outline of the one-page script, okay? And whether it's myself, whether it's yourself, any of those marketers that we had talked about before, they all come out with whatever presentation, whatever they're doing, and they have a strong introduction, right? They create that attractive character presence. They're able to hold people accountable, and they explain who he is, what they do, gain that credibility. Then we hop into the probe. We start asking questions, helping people relate, right? Figuring out where they are, what they are looking to accomplish, and more important, like, what are they willing to commit to make those things happen. And then blast, we're creating excitement, we're going through the commitments on both sides, and then the close. Basic, guys. Keep things simple. KISS, right? Keep things simple. Keeping things simple leads me into a one-page agreement. A one-page agreement will create clarity for your clients, and it's also going to help your conversions over the phone. But more importantly, it's going to help hold people accountable and help with your persistency. I don't know about you, but like long, lots of words, all multi-page documents. They make me nervous. Like it makes me nervous right out of the gate. Section 18, Article 5, paragraph 47. No thanks. Creates confusion, guys. Right? It's about keeping things simple, making the buy-in process easy for people. It's an overkill for myself. It's an overkill for most of the people that you're going to be intended on working with. People want something easily read, easily outlined, easily stated. We love clarity, guys. Clarity. Create that for your business. So here's an example of a really basic one-page agreement, right? Just simply says, congratulations, welcome aboard. These are the different things that we're providing for you. This is how much it is. You authorize us to charge that amount. We haven't made any earnings claims. No, we haven't told you you're going to make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time. We have a no guarantee, no refund policy, which simply states that we do not have a money back guarantee. Once you make the commitment, we're in it to win it. And so this creates certainty for your client. It also creates clarity, and it also helps with accountability. Let me ask you guys this. Who wants to level up their game? Perfect. With Closer Secrets, we have a vision, and our vision is to transform the belief about high-ticket sales. Because, guys, high-ticket sales, it doesn't have to be hard. It really doesn't. It doesn't have to be some high-pressure thing either. The path to your conversions shouldn't have to be some wild goose chase. It just shouldn't. So I want to save business owners time by making them, or you, the beneficiary from years of my experience. In a nutshell, this is how it works. Consider this, like, what if you never had to worry about attracting the right clients anymore? No more time sucks. How would it feel to if you knew that when you were connected with somebody, it's because they already took initiative. They already raised their hand. How do you think that would make a difference for you in your business, like in your life overall? So let me ask you this. Where do you want your business to be? Where do you want it to go? After what I just shared with you today, can you see how this proven process that we use will support your vision? If so, my goal is not to sell you on this training tool or this software or this concept. The truth is, this high-ticket sales stuff, it works. Plain and simple. The high-ticket sales process works. I'm also confident that when we spend some time together, and if you let me train you, that the things that we go through can really change the way that you're doing business, big time. And these things that I'll share with you, they're things that are applicable, and you can implement these different things right away. So I have a question for you. Do you ever feel like you may lack a bit of organization? Do you ever feel like if you paid more attention to the details, it may change things in a big way? Or do you ever feel like maybe the problem is that you actually just need some help? You need to gain some knowledge and help implementing a scalable process that's something that's guaranteed, that's going to increase your bottom line, and it's not going to take decades. Because the truth is, I know that once you implement this system fully implement this system into your business, that there's no doubt that you're going to see your conversion rates go way up, and it'll happen immediately. You're going to save time, eliminate the trial and error or the bottleneck. It's going to give you certainty with your high-ticket sales process and clarity with your overall business. Remember, guys, this is your brand, but more important, this is your identity. So from my experience, the best way to see if a program is a perfect fit for me is to roll up my sleeves, get on the phone, and ask. It all starts with asking. So when you make that commitment and you do ask, we're going to walk through where you are currently and see how these different things could potentially work for you. However, there are a few conditions that I just need you all to be aware of. The first thing is, over the next 30 days, we're only working with a handful of people. And these are going to have to be a good fit. They're going to have to be the right clients for us. We do have a decent sized team, but since we work with people in a live setting, we do have to cap it off. Second thing is, and like I just mentioned, I do only work with people that I am absolute certain that we're going to be able to get results with. And the biggest thing with that is you got to have a vision. You got to have a certain level of commitment, maybe some sort of superpower. But most importantly, you got to be willing to do what it takes. Of course, morally and ethically, of course. Always remember principle one, right? Always, first and foremost, come from a place of truth. If you're not somebody that comes from a place of truth, if you're somebody that it's money first, then this definitely would not be a good fit. So we have a simple application process to kind of get an idea if you are the right person for my training. The main thing is you got to be open-minded. You got to be teachable. You got to be wanting to learn this stuff, and then actually take that want, those desires, and then make a commitment and execute the details. And if you're willing to do that, there's no doubt that you'll get great results. So here's the deal. We're looking to create testimonials. And we know for us to be able to do that, we need to be working with some amazing people. But we want you to be our next case study. We want to help you create a wildly profitable business and use that for our success story as well. So right underneath this presentation, I'm going to ask you to scroll down and click on a link, book a session with Randall. A couple things to keep in mind. For me to be able to help you, you got to be at a place where you can put some time into it, be open-minded, teachable, willing to learn. We're looking for people that can get started right away. And there is a short-term financial commitment to be a part of this. Those things being said, when you click on the link, it's going to open a simple calendar that'll allow you to grab a slot there on my personal calendar. There's also going to be a few brief questions to answer about your business. This will help me get an idea, a good feel before we hop on the phone together. So looking forward to that free consultation. That's how this is going to work. Once we book that time together, and after we spend some time together, then when we do that, one of two things is probably going to happen. Chances are, number one, and most likely scenario, is you'll likely say, wow, this stuff's amazing. I want to take my business to the next level. What are the steps that we need to take from here? In the unlikely scenario, number two, you say, this just isn't for me. I appreciate your time, and I was kind of hoping for something else, and that's okay too. In the unlikely event, scenario number two occurs, then I'm going to send you a free gift that we're currently selling right now for $197. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what the training product is right now because I wouldn't want anyone to feel weird for us just giving it out. But you're going to get it for free. No strings attached. It's a way for me to be able to thank you for reaching out and taking your time to talk with me. So you're either going to be totally amazed and we'll create a plan moving forward, or you get this $197 gift in exchange for your time. So here's what you're going to do next, okay? Press the button below this presentation, grab a time on my calendar. Once we receive that info, then I'm going to send you a quick email reminder of the time that you booked for our call, and I'm going to call you on that day and that time. Now, notice number one, this offer expires this week, okay? Notice number two, you need to be available for your strategy session when you request it. If you're not there, then you forfeit your spot. You forfeit your spot to work with me, which also means that you'll be pushing back your success just this much longer. So notice number three, this webinar training is getting viewed by thousands of people over the next few weeks. And the strategy sessions, they're going to fill up right away. And it's first come, first serve. So if you want to spend some time with me, then you need to grab a time. Grab it right now. Like I said, we both know those spots are going to fill up fast, and this offer is not going to be available for long. The last thing, I just want to thank you guys. Thanks for taking the time, booking out a consultation there with me. I know that you guys are going to be excited to be there. I know that I'm going to be excited to be there. So I will look forward to talking with you soon.